You are listening to the Outlaw Podcast with me, your host, Andrea Hall. I am a certified equine gestalt coach, speaker, 3-time author, and lawyer. I help women lawyers who are miserable in their career, struggling with mental and emotional health issues, wanting to have fun in their lives, and struggling to be selfish. After fulfilling my dream of being a criminal defense attorney and opening my own law practice right out of law school, I thought I had it all. While at the height of my career, my 18-month-old puppy died, and I thought, what am I killing myself for? Sometime later, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and my world turned upside down. It was in that moment I realized something had to change. This podcast is about sharing my journey with you about what is possible in your life outside the legal profession, stopping the adulting and being able to play as a child, inspiring you to dream again. Let the journey begin.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Outlaw. I'm your host, Andrea Hall. If you couldn't find balance, health, and wellness before this chaos, how do you expect to find it now? That's the big question. And this is the question that I have for you. Have you noticed the people in your profession, and I'm specifically talking about lawyers, who are struggling now? This is huge struggle. And now that we're in this time of crisis, people are struggling now more than they ever have, or at least it's become more apparent. And why I think it's become more apparent is because the excuses have all gone away. They've started to melt away. And the things in the past that kept us busy and kept us from focusing directly on the problem at hand have all seemed to disappear. The other things that kept us distracted on a daily basis. I can remember the days of being busy and not being able to find time for myself. And to be honest, it wasn't all that long ago that I made a conscious choice. It was in fact the beginning of the year that I said, I am going to choose me. And yes, in the past, I would do it, and I would do it for a little while. Yet something, an excuse, would always get me distracted, and I would become sidetracked. And then I would say, okay, I'll start it all over again. Kind of like the infamous diet, right? Like we always say we're going to start it on Monday, especially when the wheels fall off the bus. Then it's, okay, I'll get back on track on Monday. And I too was guilty of doing that until the beginning of the year. And I said, no more, I'm going to choose me. So I'm, almost a full complete 90 days into focusing on me and what's important. And I found that in the past that forgetting about myself and continuing to worry about others was not healthy, and going to work early and not taking time for lunch or to eat healthy in general, working late and going home at the end of the day and being spent. And my body was giving up on me. And I see so many people right now who are in that struggle. And the professionals at this time of crisis are running around with their hair on fire. Now, don't get me wrong. They were running around 2 weeks ago with their hair on fire, and none of that has changed, even though now we are in this crisis, right? Yet people are being forced, literally forced, to look at things in their personal life that they had never been forced to look at in the past. And that's because all of these distractions have been taken away, because we're forced to be at home. We're forced not to go to work. We're forced to spend time with our significant other, our children. We're forced to look at some of our ugly habits. And the stories that I have seen on a daily basis, things like, how do I get work done at home? How do I get out of this depression? How do I control my kids when I need to work? Because now all of a sudden they need my undivided attention, or they're killing each other. How do I exercise at home when I'm used to going to the gym? And how can I eat healthy when all I want to do is sit down and binge on a whole container of ice cream? Some of the so-called conveniences of yesterday are no longer so convenient. Those things have been taken away from us, hopefully for only a short amount of time. Yet, instead of being in solution mode, I see people in panic mode, in victim mode, and not being able to think outside the box. Does any of this sound familiar? Can you relate to these things that I've just spoken about? I have found that it's not so easy to deal with any of the above things that I've talked about. And it's not always easy to put yourself first. And it's not always easy to make a conscious decision to eat healthy and exercise, and how to find that balance, right? Yet it's a muscle, like anything else, that you need to work on and continue to strengthen. And now's the time. And I too started off slow. However, I made the conscious decision that I was going to have order, and I was going to keep my sanity. My mental health and wellness was going to be important and my main focus. What I've found is that by getting up early and setting a schedule, like really blocking out my schedule for me time, I look at it as like saving money. If you take the money out of your bank account first, you don't seem to notice or miss it once it's been taken out, right? Because it's not there, it doesn't exist. You don't have the ability to spend it. So I look at it the same way. If I take the time out right away in the morning to do the things like meditate, journal, exercise, get my food prepared for the day or even the week, that I find that throughout the rest of my day, it's easier to stay focused because I filled me up first. And your body needs that in order to sustain what you have going on for the rest of the day, and for the rest of the day to potentially go smoothly. And for me, this has evened out that rocky road because I have been filled up first, so I have something to give back to others. For so long, I was running on depletion and continuing to give and give and give. And I didn't have anything to give to anyone, let alone myself. And so now if I fill me up, what I give out throughout the day, I really have that to give instead of running on empty. So what can you start implementing during this time on a daily basis that will help you with some of these things that we've talked about? Are you finding need and support? Because if you're not, I'm here to help. I'm here to help Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. I'm offering a free meditation. And if you're interested, drop me a line, send me an instant message, an email, whatever's convenient for you, so that I can help you get focused. It's short, quick 10 minutes where we just meditate and get grounded and get centered. And then I send you off with something to think about for the rest of the day and an inspirational quote, And this is at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I'm doing it Monday through Friday as a free gift to help people get grounded and centered. And I also send out daily inspirations to keep you focused on the positive. Right now, people are so easily sucked into the negative and the crisis that they're forgetting to focus on the positive. So if you're interested in getting my daily inspirations, send me your email and I'll pop you into our database so that you can receive those. I have lots of free stuff on my website, lots of free things that can support you in your time of need, how to focus on your health and wellness, and things of encouragement to help you through this time of need. And now is the time more than ever to support each other. I have seen so many people doing great things, helping individuals who are not able to help themselves right now because of financial means, or they're elderly, or whatever it is right now. People are showing their heart and that they are kind and full of love. And I too am offering that to you in this time. Because guess what? We have nothing except time right now. Time on our hands. Can you feel the love? I can. I feel communities coming together to support each other, thinking outside the box, thinking about small businesses, how they can still get food delivered so that people will stay in business and survive. And we will get through this. I encourage you to focus on the positive. Don't get sucked into the news media. They're there to sell. And unfortunately, we as human beings love negativity. That's what sells. However, I encourage you to focus on the positive at this point in time and the love that surrounds you and that you can offer to others during this time. I hope that this has been helpful. Again, I'm here to support in any way that I can. If you think that I can support you or that this would support someone else, please share it. I am happy to help. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Outlaw.
Thanks for tuning into another episode of Outlaw. There is life after litigation. If anything I said in this episode resonates with you, call for a free exploratory session to see how I can help you. My horses will give you instantaneous feedback, unlike traditional talk therapy. You will shift your awareness into real time with the help of a horse. The horses are like lie detectors, flushing out limiting beliefs with a swish of their tail, a shift of their 1,200-pound body, or a simple unwillingness to move. Horses have a way of seeing into the window of our souls. Horses have been connected to humanity since the dawn of time. Their hearts can heal and mend our broken hearts. Simply standing in their presence can change our lives forever, putting the puzzle pieces back together and returning us to wholeness. Horses are restoring the parts of us that have been missing. You can call us at 970-682-4405 to set up your appointment today. Want to be inspired daily? See about our latest events or purchase a copy of my books? Go to our website at www.witherswhisper.com. That's www.witherswhisper.com. Or you can follow us on any social media venue at Withers Whisper. Until the next episode, listen to the whispers.